On a chilly December afternoon, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And some space here. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one good for 33 and a first. Right off the bat, a chunk play into enemy territory.
And I don't care how you plan for it. I don't care what you see on tape where you think you can get that type of a play. That's still a great rush and a little bit of a surprise to break off a run like that this early in the game.
And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 16 more on that one and another first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 67 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Anthony Schwartz hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Browns are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. A first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. The Bengals at 4-8 now on the year. Yeah, they've lost 3 straight here. It kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 39. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
Now, these two teams, you might recall, met back in mid-season, week 8 to be exact. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. It's Mixon on the counter. He'll be taken down well behind the line, and I think he might have just given those 4 yards right back. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
On 3rd down, Burrow. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder. You think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
And he's going to have a Browns first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
First down, Cleveland.
On first down, it's Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice, because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, this defense for the Browns, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
And he's got this down to the 35. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
11 mighty.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Burrow looking to pass. And he's got Hurst, his tight end. And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
They'll give it to Mixon, and he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Now it's Burrow. And this is going to be intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And the Browns are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And just 1 tick to go, so this will obviously be the final play of this 1st quarter. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. He's got room at the 30, down to the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field, but if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Chubb is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Hunt
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
This Bengal defense, they passed the first 2 tests. Now it's 3rd and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
Here we go on 4th. Watson. Touchdown. Amari Cooper from a yard out. And the Browns' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. York now for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
Makes the score Browns 14, Bengals 3.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
After the interception, here's Watson. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
And some room to roam now. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 46 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Mixon is in. Touchdown, Bengals. So a great second effort there as he's able to stay upright and get into the end zone.
I think not just a second effort. I think a 3rd effort was what got him in. Maybe possibly even a 4th.
Yeah, whatever it was, he was not going to be denied.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game.
after the touchdown. McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. One first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb, and he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on third down. From the 50, it's Watson. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Daxton Hill picks it off.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for Bengals TD.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties with big nickel. They just want to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did. And came through with a big-time pick six.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something
Heads up.
to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Now a 2nd down and 6.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. A shotgun snap for Watson. This taken in by Jakeem Grant. And he's brought down. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there, because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. He was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. Solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Watson off play action. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Watson now to throw. He'll get this one underneath to Hunt. And the Browns are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Second and goal from the 1. And Chubb will try the middle here. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, as the first half is winding down. And the Browns have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point by York is up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here we go. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Here we go.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Burrow. That is taken in by Hurst. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Final play of the half for Burrow and company. Again, that's Hurst. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Finding his way home for the sack that time, Taven Bryan. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks. And
pressure coming, and they got him once again. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. Here's Kevin Huber now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Returnable for Grant. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Chubb running right. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. The veteran Jamie Collins there on the tackle.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Here's Watson. He finds his man, complete. That's Grant.
And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
They go up the middle with Chubb. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Watson, the bootleg. Rolling to his right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now it's Watson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Chidobe-Awuzie with a pick.
And the Bengals are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his 2nd interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that... And now ball going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed the quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son,
Why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
He's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown,
you're
without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
To throw is Watson. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. 2 yards on the touchdown there.
And the Browns take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. The York on now for the extra point.
And that one pushes the lead up to 11.
Makes the score Browns 28, Bengals 17.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Well, this offense trying to change the script here a little bit, CD. Trailing on the scoreboard, and the last time out on the very first play of the drive, they threw that interception.
And you definitely saw his coaches, teammates come over to him on the sideline, tried to help him shake it off because in this game, his team is down right now. So it's important to make sure you get some confidence back for both the quarterback and the entire offense. Otherwise, those mistakes could continue to pile up.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw caught by Higgins.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Burrow hooking up with Higgins.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
78 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. And a loose football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
The Browns drive about to get started.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
This is the tight end, Njoku. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Watson's throw taken in by Grant. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to zone.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Anthony Schwartz with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Browns will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead is up to 18 now. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here we go. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Inside handoff to Mixon. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball, but he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there.
Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
Here we go. Bad time for a roughing penalty. And they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw.
He'll drop this one down to Mixon.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Here we go.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
11. Hey, we got to go score. Let's go.
Burrow looking to pass. And that'll be caught. Touchdown Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Bengals have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Graham. He will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25.
The Browns drive about to get started. This game was really a tussle, seemed like just a moment ago, and now they've got the momentum. A couple of scores on their last pair of drives, and a 2-score lead. I think here now you go conservative, right? Run the football, work the clock.
You know, I usually agree with you, but I'm going after him right here. I want to put this bad boy away. I wouldn't be afraid to throw it. They've got all the confidence, all the momentum on their side. Go ahead and take your dagger shots and try and finish this one off.
I disagree vehemently. I say run the football. You've got the lead.
Well, let's watch it and find out who's right.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
The Browns on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be third and forever. And a most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild, and at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. Fourth quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. To throw again on second down. Burrow. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. David Njoku, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Mixing up the middle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Burrow will throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Myles Garrett, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow, and that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question. And
this will be caught at the 30. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Play action. It's Burrow. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Deion Jones coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Here we go.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow, and he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Touchdown, Bengals.
Jamar Chase.
23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Bengals are able to cut into that deficit. So this back now to a 10-point spread, and you have to imagine they'll line up and go for 2.
Oh, no question about it. If they can get this to an 8-point game, they can make things awfully interesting here in these last few minutes.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. That's caught, and they will get back to within 1 score as he is into the end zone, and the lead's cut to 8 here in the 4th.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started.
And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the 4th quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
Looking deep downfield. And this is caught at the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. An explosive 38-yard pickup.
Well, if you're a fan of offensive football, this game is for you because this one's been much more like a tennis match than a football game. Back and forth, and there's another example right there of another big play in the passing game.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Over the middle, complete. It's Grant.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
That one is caught by Hunt. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That will be their 3rd and final stoppage, as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run with Chubb, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, it's apparent the defense understands the situation. They have to keep them out of the end zone here. That's a great start by them. A loss on that play. Can they force them into a field goal attempt and still give their offense an opportunity?
They'll try again with Chubb. And this time they were waiting for him, as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
York now for the extra point.
And the lead is up to 15 now.
Makes the score Browns 49, Bengals 34.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Burrow. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him.
He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach, trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. And he gives himself up, but not before he gets the conversion. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down.
Here's Burrow.
He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
To throw, Burrow.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. There he goes, left side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
Well, part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play, because remember, they had a pick 6 on the other side, and now they get a pick 6 of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick 6 from earlier in this game.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Let's get set.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Facing a big fourth-quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off